All right, the first one we're gonna try is Persil. Here it is. It says it's Advanced Deep Clean. All right, here we go. Okay, wait a minute. The directions on the back say, for measuring, regular loads, fill cap line 1. Fill cap line 2 for heavily soiled and large loads. And it says nothing about 3 and 4. Oh, for tough stains. Pre-treat by applying detergent directly to stains and rub on fabric. Allow formula to sit on stain for 5 minutes. Ooh, so that might be an interesting test to do also. If you have an auto mechanic with greasy oil all over, you don't want to just use this all over his entire overalls or whatever. Wow. Okay, we'll give it a try. All right, even though my load is extremely small, well, I mean, I have other stuff in there aside from this, but I'm going to, I put it up to the 2. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I put it up to the 2. So I'm gonna use that. Okay, the after on the cotton, it did not clean the grass. It did clean the bacon and the mud, although there's a very slight, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a very slight little bit left on the mud. On the cotton polyester, did not clean the mud, did clean the grass. And on the polyester, it took out the mud and the grass and the bacon. So, I don't know, do I keep doing this experiment? I'm wondering if, like, it just has to do with the fabric. The next one I'm doing is the Persil with Stain Fighting Advanced Deep Clean. So here it is before, here's the cotton before. All right, let's give it, oh wait, gotta check the, okay, for regular loads filled just below the line. Okay, so I will do that. Oh, for tough stains, pre-treat again. Okay, so it sounds like really nothing gets out stains without just pre-treating everything. I was trying this if people have like guys that work in mechanic shops or something and all their clothes are just filthy, but removes odor and freshness, tackles stains in cold water, cleans right the first wash. So we'll see. Right, Stain Fighter. So this is the most expensive one, I think, of all of them. But on the cotton, it did not get the grass. Still mud, still bacon grease. The grass is gone there. Bacon grease and mud are still there. And on the polyester, it took care of the grass and the mud and the bacon grease. But I would say for the price, it really didn't fight stains very well. Okay, the next one is Purex. Here it is before. And for best results, washing machine, regular loads, fill the cap line just below the line, use more for heavily soiled. Pre-treat for heavy stains. So it sounds like if we want stains, we're just gonna have to pre-treat everything. And here's something that's interesting that I really wanna point out. Right here, let's see, right here is the line. How many people just fill the entire cap? And they do this on purpose, so you will use more stuff. But right here is the line. It's only about a third. Let's see, can you, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there. It's only about a third of the cap. So how many people just fill up the entire cap with laundry detergent? Okay, there I'm at the line. Right, the after for Purex. Now I can tell you right now, this did not get the smell out. Oh my goodness, I can still smell the motor oil just from here. But on the cotton, grass and mud aren't clean. Grass isn't clean on the polyester. Mud is clean though. Bacon grease is still on there. On the cotton polyester, the grass and the mud are still there. The bacon grease, I don't know, let me smell. Oh, man. Oh! Okay, if you're trying to get out smells, do not use Purex. Holy macaroni. Okay, so now we're gonna try Foca. I don't know. This was a super cheap one, but interestingly enough, it says on the back you have to pre-soak any stains specifically, and you have to use 2 capfuls. So really, I mean, if you have to pre-soak everything, especially cotton and whitening, it sounds like to get everything white, we need to be pre-soaking it for a while. So anyway, I'm just gonna keep testing like I am, just to see, throwing it in there, how much it does. This here is water stain. I accidentally spilled a little bit of water, but okay. All right, the after. Wow, this did not get out smell either. Holy moly, this oil smells really bad. But in the cotton, left grass, sort of got the mud out. There's a little tiny bit. Bacon. I don't smell the bacon, but I certainly smell the oil. And didn't really clean that great on the cotton polyester. Got the grass out there. Okay, on to the next one. Next one is Ivory. I'm curious, since their dish soap did so well, if their laundry detergent will do good. On here, the directions say absolutely nothing. Oh, there. Dosing. Okay, full load, large loads, medium loads. So I guess I'll do the 2. Ivory, the after. Okay, well, if we go straight to the cotton, did not do good on grass or mud. Bacon grease, it did take the smell out. And didn't do very good on the cotton polyester, did great on the polyester. And I will say this one, I like the smell the best of all of them. I didn't realize I don't like laundry detergent smell so much as I've been testing this. But just want to interject here real quick. Everybody says, oh, well, you've got to use stain cleaner on the stains. I 100% get that. But I had to have some way to see how well the detergents work. So I can't just put stain cleaner and then the detergent, because then I won't be able to see how well the detergent works. So yes, I get that it may not get out oil or all that stuff, but if it gets out mud and grass, then I know that it at least works for normal stains. So for all of you guys who are criticizing me for not doing it right again, this is the way to have a standard test for every laundry detergent. Now, the other thing is, I also know that it matters on water. I have a whole house water filter, so my water is on the medium side. Wouldn't say it's soft, but there's not many minerals. There's not any minerals in my water because I have a whole house filter. But I figured my water is a good baseline water. I totally get that if you have hard water, you may need more detergent. If you have soft water, you'll need less. I totally get that. You just have to figure out for yourself what your needs are. But this is how I'm gonna do it so that I can have a good baseline for the test to see which detergent works. All right, for the next one, it's the Walmart. Here it is before, right there. And let's see the directions. See garment labels. Pre-treat for best results, use dosing cup to measure. Fill cap to second line for regular loads, more for larger or heavy loads. Okay, so there we go. The after for the Walmart, the polyester, it didn't do too bad. Got the mud all out, the grass just a little bit, not the bacon grease. Cotton polyester, did get the bacon grease, but nothing else, although it's interesting, it did fade the pen. And then on the cotton, grass is still there, mud is still there, bacon grease still there, and the oil, so I would say this is a total dud. Okay, and the next one I have is Gain. And here's what it looks like before. All right, let's see, what does Gain say we are to do? Oh my goodness, how in the world are you supposed to read that? I guess I'm getting old. Just below the first line, medium loads, I guess. Okay, so that's what we'll do. All right, now we tested the Gain. So we still got grass, mud, bacon grease, it's still on the cotton. Took it out of the polyester, but it's still here on the cotton polyester. Okay, the next one is Oxy Clean, Arm & Hammer. And here is what it looks like before. Alrighty. Okay, Oxy after. I would say there is nothing powerful about these paint stain fighters. The grass, the mud, still there on all of these. Yep, the grass is still there. So I would say this one bombed all the way around. All right, the next one is all with Oxy, and here's the before for all of them. Okay, the all with Oxy did okay on the polyester. Well, no, not really. Never mind. There's still remnants. Did nothing on the cotton polyester and nothing on the cotton. I would not use this one either. Okay, the next one is extra. We're gonna try that. Here's what it looks like before, right there. Okay, the extra after. All right, you can tell cotton polyester didn't do very good. Cotton didn't do very good. Polyester did fine. Oh, and by the way, this one smells really bad too. Did not take the smell out at all. Okay, just for grins, I'm gonna wash one with no detergent just to see what happens with no detergent. All right, here's without detergent. Okay, so I have to say, some of these detergents, you might as well just not use detergent because it's almost the same. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, Tide. Here is the before. By the way, there are no directions on the Tide, so I guess I'll just do the number 2 cap since that's about as much as I've been putting of everything else. Tide after did pretty good. No, not really, actually. There's still a mark of the mud and the grass. The bacon grease, yeah, it took out the smell. Can still smell the oil. But on the cotton, it looks like the cotton got bunched up. But even at that, the mud still didn't come out. Now the polyester came out with, well, there's still mud and no mud, but still grass, and the bacon grease still has a little bit. Okay, for the next test, we are doing Dining on a Dime Volume 1. Homemade laundry soap right there. Sorry guys, I broke my camera. Now, I already have it made up in this form here. So, since I'm doing liquid, I have heated up some water, and I'm going to put I don't know how much in there. It's probably more than I need. I'll probably have to liquefy that down, but I'm going to bring this to a boil to dissolve it since I'm comparing liquid with liquid, okay? So then I will use this in its liquid form and see how the homemade does. Okay, now here's where I'm really gonna be curious. My homemade, here's what it looks like made up. I'll use 2 tablespoons, since that's about, well, it's been about a quarter of a cup that I've been using of regular. Not quite sure. So there's my quarter cup. So maybe I'll use a quarter cup since I've been using quarter cup on everything else, okay? So here's what it looks like before. Okay, there's my just under a quarter of a cup of detergent. Or excuse me, this is soap, not detergent. All right, homemade. Did not take out grass or mud on cotton polyester, nor on the cotton. And it did okay on the polyester, but I can still see a little bit of the bacon grease and a little bit of the grass. Okay, I tested all of these in here. So I did 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 liquid laundry detergents. Now I'm going to sort them to show you which ones were the best. Okay, so I already know homemade didn't do anything. Okay, no, this one did not do anything. Okay, Arm & Hammer failed. Right there. Sale sticker. There's still grass and whatever for gain. So that didn't work very good. Ivory. Nope, Ivory still has both grass and mud. So that one's out. Cheap Mexican stuff. Well, there's still a very light hint. I'll put this one over here because it actually took out the mud. So that one would be good. Okay, Walmart's a no-go. Didn't take out the grass or the mud. Oh wow, all is a complete failure. So I would not do all with Oxy. And Purex. Let's see, Purex is I don't know. I mean, I'd say it's no. Well, I mean, no, it didn't take out the grass or the mud, so never mind. See, there's still, I don't know if the camera can catch it, but there's still hints of grass and mud on there. Okay, so no on the Purex. So that leaves us for liquid, the Persil, this one did take out the grass. Okay, the mud's still there, but it took out the grass. So these two possible. And then the Persil with Stain Fighter still took out the grass, but that was it. Okay, so none of these here, all of these here had the grass and the mud both, okay? Let me hold out for you to see here. The cotton, here's the Persil with Stain Fighter, okay? Can you see right there? So it took out the grass, but there's still a little bit of mud. Okay, can you see that? The Persil without anything. Okay, so it took out the grass right there, but there's still a little bit of mud. Not horrible, but there's still a little bit. Okay, so let me fold that. Fold this, okay. Then you have your Mexican stuff here, which I'm pretty shocked, I'll be honest. It got the grass mostly out. There is a very light tinge of grass, but the mud is still there. There's a very light tinge of green. So if you need a cheap one, that one's not bad. And then good old Tide. I would say Tide is out. Look at, left the grass and the mud. Maybe it got scrunched, but there's still mud on there, so I would count Tide out. So guys, the really super expensive one and the really super cheapest one both worked the best. So very interesting. This is a very interesting experiment. Okay, now once again, according to Pistol, you should be washing in warm to hot water. If cold water is what you're using, then you need to use liquid detergent. But as you can see, I washed all these in warm and really they didn't do any that great. So be watching, guys, because I'm testing the powdered detergents next.